We're transmitting, we're broadcasting, we're live. Action, not at the Rock Garden. Not at the Rock Garden. There was a heavy police presence at the Rock Garden this morning. Felt like we were being targeted again, but our main man Corey's has spoken to the AFP and the PSOs. They've assured us they're not targeting us. They said there's something going on at the Governor General's today, which they wouldn't divulge in, and they were just enhancing security. He said that they were wearing new uniforms. Corey was going to go down to the rock garden, down to the lakefront himself, and proclaim to the Governor General by himself, just yell out across the lake. One of the police, there was 3 paddy wagons there and a PSO vehicle. So we just came up here just to stay safe, just keep away from it all, because we don't want any trouble. We've got nothing to be scared of. We're sober, we're licensed, we're registered, we've played by all the rules. But, you know, when they don't play by the rules, it gets you thinking. And yeah, I'd hate to spread fear or be fearful. But, you know, we're no good to anyone if they try to lock us up with MSU. So we just got a different approach today, Diggs. Welcome. This is the Arbitum. I always called it the Arbitorium, but it's not. It's an Arbitum. A lot of nice trees here. It's a beautiful little place. Some sinister art. So I thought I'd just bring you in and we'll just see how we go. But thank you for being there. Cork Oaks Road. We're just up at the Himalayan Setters there. And the thumbnail is obviously a picture from there looking back over the Governor General's house. Bloody big gates for an arbitorium, isn't it? Gee, she's solid. They'd love to lock it up. So we've got our, in front of me there, I've got our good mate Martin the Spartan. I didn't push him forward, he just said he'll drive forward first. I really pray for protection over us all. I said we're doing nothing wrong. If they arrest us for anything, they'd have to really make stuff up. But so yeah, so sorry about the delay. Sorry about the delay, Diggs. But welcome to the National Rock Garden, Barrenjoey Road. We're just crossing Forest Road. We, the free people, meet here every day at 10 a.m. to proclaim to the Governor General, expose the 28 names of the pedophiles he's protecting as identified by the Wood Royal Commission, 1995-1997. Been here 11 months. And we've had our battles with the authorities. But I tell you what, we don't want them in any harm whatsoever. Is that Greg? Oh, Greg, Chief of Security. I'm going to go up over this way. Noob Cybot, bias. There's a lot of discussion about the GGs at the moment and where we're at, and the where we're at as Australians as a whole on the freedom fronts. Highly, fully, 100% endorsing of the Unite in White action initiative. there's going to be Uniting White sparking up across the country. And I tell you what, Kaz, Edith, and I think it's Tim, mate, sensational work, all of you. I tell you what, they're really relentless, resilient, and steadfast. You see them on the telegrams, it just keeps coming up. They're working hard, interacting, engaging with good Australians to make Australia great again, by being great Australians, just making a difference where we can. So I pray you're still with us and I haven't lost you on the way. It looks like we're all good. It doesn't hurt to be safe, and I really appreciate the support of my brothers and sisters in arms here. I even had your seatbelt on, Diggs. That's how safe I was trying to keep you. True. So let's get you out and about. I believe we're live. And let's go say good day to our fellow freedom fighters and give Mick Gayels there. Morning, Diggs. Well, that was a little bit different. Hey, mate. Don't have any music at the moment, but I'll tell you, I do have a song for you. There's Where We Gregory Won, We Gregory All. How are you, mate?
Good, bro.
They had to pry you out of that car, did they?
No, I get a lift, I'll come in.
We imagine wherever you are, you'd be driving around the house, like just front up to the lounge room window. You get mate around to the bloody kitchen window. Oh, yeah, I'll get me coffee. We just didn't think we'd get you out of the car.
Oh, I was tipping yourself laugh when you said that. No kind words about me and Vaughan to you. She love you, bro.
Nah, cheers, mate. Nah, it's all very pertinent, mate. Yeah. So, and that's it. Love conquers all.
Yep.
So.
And then on bloody since me and Vaughan come and got me, and Desi rang me and he said he's going to work. He drove over here and seen all the coppers here.
Well, they've got a job to do as long as it doesn't involve us. Because we're no bloody harm to them. So.
And they know that. Being your friends again. Oh, this one. Just walked off.
Yeah, they're on there. They're gone. So Dan's arrived, but it doesn't mean the trick
I know. It's just a shame that we all feel this way.
I'd like to.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
As good Australians who love the country and love the people, we shouldn't be made to feel like this. It's wrong to feel that we're not safe, and it's the establishment and authority that we're not safe around.
Exactly. It's much better for your legs if you're not walking.
It's just not cricket, mate. This isn't how you play cricket.
All right, brother. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Anyway,
Was there anyone else I can let know?
you've done well, mate. Yeah, we had a really slow start to this. The morning it was a beautiful day to sleep in for starters.
If you can sleep, brother.
Yeah, I know. I did it right last night. I actually had a couple of I drank myself to sleep last night.
Oh, that way to go, bro.
Yeah, I did. I had a couple of stubbies. Knocked a few stubbies back, which I don't normally do, but just thought, let's just chill out. So I'll unlock the trailer and start getting things ready. We're not far from heading down. And I'll just say good day to you guys and see what's happening. It's very quiet. Beautiful weather. It's not cold, but it's not stinking hot either. Beautiful breeze coming from the east. What do we got? 7 octaves of cloud, about 1,000 feet, fluffy Q. But there's not much height to them. Maybe an embedded storm over that direction. But I drank myself to sleep last night. I was talking 3 stubbies. Shared one with Martin the Spartan. We need a nickname for Martin. He's a good man. He prints the t-shirts for us, and he's really, him and his mum, 100% behind us in this movement and doing all they can. So we need to find a good nickname for him. He's just Martin. Martin Smartin, the Spartan. I don't know. I told him when we find a name for him, we'll make it a cool one because he's not had a nickname. We name him as Martin S. So maybe we just put the S at the front and call him Smartin. Smartin Spartan. I don't know, mate. You guys can help me out with that one. But anyway, scrolling to the top of the feeds. You've probably been there a while. I'm sorry we're late. Good morning. This is Freedom First. Hey, it's been a while since you've been up the top. And Michael Brown. You tripped you up, mate. Yeah, good on yous. I was here for she cheated bullshit. I'm not holding it, mate. I reckon you probably put up obstacles in the way. Casey Jane, good morning. Dash, g'day, bro. How are you? Sorry, I'll get my tongue and mouth working properly. Francis, good morning. G'day. Yeah, we're here. I'll probably catch up with you today at some point, Francis and Dan, and just see what's going on around the place. I tell you what, though, how good is that Uniting White Action initiative going? Mate, I just loved it. I love it. It's just growing. It's time for action, and it's time for something to bring all of us as Australians together. And it might seem funny, but as in, we've done it all before. We came to, everyone came down for February last year for Epic and things like that, what they refer to as Epic, the big day at the library and everything like that. And we've just struggled to sort of get that momentum of Australia working as one, probably because we've found it hard for our minds to meet. But it doesn't matter, as Tash says, we must stand with all our hearts and all our feet, and that's where we're going. It's just time to stand down the Parliament, dissolve Parliament, and let's get a committee in there that can, just maintain us so we don't have to fall into full systemic breakdown. We don't want that. We're not into anarchy. No, that's a horrible word. That's why I don't even like when people go, beep the system in chalk. Nah, not beep the system. No. And that beep is an F word. I don't like that. It's very anarchy, and it's not about that. It's about a very peaceful transition from the evil to the good. But yeah, like I said, I've been watching the UIW Telegram channel, Uniting White, which I have a link to in my Telegram. And you just see it's very encouraging. It's very inspiring. And Kaz, you're doing a great job. And I'm sorry, I've really pulled out the last few days. Just there's a bit of a rest, self-protection, everything like that. But it's time to get back to work. This is very important, and I think this is the way we move as one with Australia to stand them down. Well, it's something. There's nothing else happening. We've got to get behind it. So thank you for everyone who is behind it. Apparently there will be a Uniting White in Canberra on Australia Day. It will be at Parliament Lawn. I believe Sean and Phil are going to be running the show or holding the line or guiding the line, or just attending the line, and everyone just rock up. I don't think we need to take the lead here other than just show up. We've proved that we're not the sheeple. We didn't fall for their lies and the narrative. We were awake up to it. We saw it. So we're not the sheeple. We're not the followers. That means we're the leaders. I'm not saying I'm a leader of this group or a leader of a freedom movement. I'm just another leader, a person taking the lead, moving forward to ensure that we, number one, can ensure the sanctity of children. Two, full disclosure of truth. And we're not going to achieve that until we stand down Parliament. They've shown themselves very much to be not in favour of our way of mind. They want us fully controlled, and they use the authorities. They use our brothers and sisters in that authority, behind those suits, behind those badges, behind the weapons, behind their policies, procedures, legislation, mandates against us, and they're the ones we're trying to win over. So yeah, we had the heavy police presence here this morning, but it all seems all right, you know. But, yeah, mate, of course we're bloody gun shy. Mate, the way we've been hit, yeah, we're bloody real gun shy. We've shown that we're not fearful either, because we do approach, we do the stand and everything, but you got to be smart as well. You don't just drive straight into a trap. Yeah, I was disappointed to hear so many police here, because we just thought that we maybe had come to terms that we're not dangerous. We're not anarchy. We're all for law. We want to return to the law, not these legislations and mandates that the judiciary suggest that they're going to listen to over top and in front of a constitution. So thanks for being with us, Diggs. Thanks for your ongoing support. I'll keep going through the little feeds here. Melissa. I'm not even going there, Michael. Not going there, mate. Dan Tilda's, g'day, mate. How are you? I saw the little flyer come up this morning, mate. I'm very proud, very, very happy. Yeah, I might contact you later today. I do have your number, mate. So if you don't mind, I'll give you a buzz. Just say g'day. And we'll just work in that direction, see what's happening. God knows I need a break from this place. Oh, gee, beautiful day today. Coffee, yeah, mate. We just had a coffee up the top of the hill there. It's a very nice place up the top. Just found a prayer for the Australian Defence Forces this morning, and also one for the children. Mate, I can't wait to see that and hear it. Vigil for our local UIW is coming along. Mate, my hat off to you. I haven't got a hat on, so my hat off to you, mate. That's the leadership that just a good person, good man, just making a stand and taking the lead. I know this isn't easy, mate, and I know that some of us can take in our stride. I tend not to be able to. Sometimes I can get a bit stressed, but I don't wish any of that on you, mate. But thank you. Just we'll push through, and we'll see how this goes. Yeah, very proud to call you a friend and a digital digger, mate. Be one with you. Karen, and she has my number. I sent Karen's got that through to me, mate. I just needed to bail out for a couple of days. I was just getting too bloody heavy. That sun's coming through, and I'll tell you what, it's got a bite. Burns, it burns. Anyway, bright light. So I'll call you today. Traffic Jam, good morning, Diana. I know I've spoken to you on text messages this morning, but we're here. Back, laters. G'day all. Morning, beautiful souls. Who's that one? Sharon Gunn, g'day. Amanda's there. Good morning. Until Chris. What's the date? How long till she gets back? That'll be a good day. Hazel's there. She's going to wander down with Gabby now. Good morning, Chris. We're going to get down there. There's one half of Team Stam here. That's why we have to put the signs out, Pam, because they really don't. They put all sorts of words on us, but they're not the right ones. They don't understand this is for the sanctity children. They don't understand the crimes against humanity over there. But, they've got good lives. Why would they? They're just wage and salary slaves working for the system that seems to be enslaving us all, and quite happy to keep enslaving and making more bureaucracy and red tape and box them in and them's rules and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I forgive them. We've just got to still try and reach them. Do you feel like the tide's turned, Australia? Do you really feel like the numbers are growing? I do. Corey, save the kids, saying he loves me. No, I'm not giving any kisses. It's a bit cooler until that sun just goes. Burn. Good morning to you, Donna Boccolade. You just got to sing that name like, rah. Oh, is that Melissa Bird? Yeah, so you gave me that link. Yeah, I haven't really got into the group, but yeah, thanks for the thing, and it went well. All right, well, I'll try and tune in, mate. I really put the phone right out of my reach and just, yeah. 5 days been raining in Bundaberg. Batman! And Digital Digs. Hi from Mornington, Victoria. Good morning, Paul. Petite, name there. Petite, I think. Sorry, no, my eyes. I've got to get me seeing eye devices. There's Gregory 1, Gregory all. The answer is to bring back common law. And you probably got Rip Me about to chime in. Article 61 of the Magna Carta. Morning, old balls. Is that because I doesn't know. What was that one? Ask Kaz for my number if you like to talk personally. I've got your number, mate. It's come through, so thank you. I'll probably call you just after this, just to say good day anyway, mate. Don't have to have a big meeting or anything. What's this one? My rates have been paid to the People's Trust. Vic, local shire is furious. Oh, there's a story. People's Trust. So is that one of the first of the private members associations? I think that's where that comes in, isn't it? Yeah, wow. They're furious. Yeah, I bet they are, mate. They're frothing at the mouth, I reckon. Money? They didn't give me my money. They didn't give me his money. There you go. Yeah, see, this is the growth. This is working together to help each other. And we don't even know each other. They're just names on a screen. I'm just a face on the other end of it. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, well, there's probably been a lot of questions there for you, Paul. But mate, yeah, well, you're brave enough to, yeah. Well, if it ends up being corrupt as that, well, yeah, God help us. But they're all good actions. We just have to wait and see. They were all made with the best intentions. So let's just. Grand Rising, dear souls. That would be Aussie Sue. She loves a Grand Rising. I don't mind a Grand Rising. Christmas at the moment, right? And there we are at the bottom. G'day, Daniel Lawson. Well, what do you reckon? Oh, mate. One more diligent for the day. She was here with the Unite and White. Came in with the Melissa Bird, so I think she's been vetted as such. I haven't had to demote anyone yet from diligent, but all guys will get ready to go down. So yeah, Amanda, you are now a diligent of the Digital Diggers upon the Webinets. I've given you a spanner. Use it wisely. Got the Vicky Victorious and the Hansard hammer over there. Here he is. There you go, mate. Putting up the signs, trying to tell people exactly what it is that we're doing here. But it might be time to evolve this little stand at the Governor General's. The proclamation, we all know what we're doing here. We've exposed as much as we can here. We're almost just now beating our head against a brick wall. I think, or will we get all the truth out eventually, but I'm not sure if continuing what we're doing is actually going to get it done. So maybe it's time to evolve. But that's a discussion for this as an entire group. Maybe we stop proclaiming, have faith in our fellow Australians, and start having Unite and White vigils here. I'll be interested to hear what you have to say about that. It doesn't mean that we've backed off, doesn't mean that we lose, doesn't mean that we've given up. It's just that it's time to get Australia all on the same page. A lot of people might not really agree with what we're doing, or unless they're just not naive to the depths of the deceit, but they know it's time for a change. We've stood in the best intentions of we try to be the best representation of everything that's good in our lives. But, there's other things that have happened that have brought us into disrepute with certain behaviours of certain individuals and groups. So, but ultimately, the good people here are left standing for what's true. Maybe we unite in white and just stand with you, even if we do our stand here. So, anyway, so there's a discussion. Yeah, righto, mate. Well, I'll come over there with you. I'll start getting the speakers. I'll sit you there. I'm going to sit you back just in case he's trying to tell me something on the sly. You probably hear us over here anyway. So just bear with me.
Suddenly got really heavy, bro.
Stuff for the solar panel.
Oh, yep.
But I think I've forgotten one integral part.
Yep.
Because I was starting to work from here back to there. Maybe I should start from here and work back because I think I've got the cables and a couple of other bits. I need one of these, don't I? Or can I just go straight from
You
that
can go
alligator?
straight to that. You can go straight to that.
You can.
You can. I mean, obviously, it's better if you go through the controller, but it will still charge a battery.
I've got the 70 amp wire, the thick stuff. I've got the male thing. So I'm just going to go one male onto the positive, female onto the negative. Just because they've written it that way, I don't want to make any assumptions. Yeah, but then we're talking to Hans and he was saying, oh, you need to go through the controller. I'm thinking, geez, I think you're right. It would be better if I did?
It would be better if you did, because it stabilises it, okay? Because you're down 12.1 now here as well, so go much lower, you're not good for that battery anyway. So, how much we got coming into this thing? Doesn't say. You haven't got anything exciting going on here. That's 12.1 now. It's coming up, so there's charge going in, but we don't know how many amps because you've only got that control there. It's not telling you much.
Yeah, because I was about to just go alligator clip straight off onto it. Then he did have me thinking. I think, oh, yeah, I need to go through the controller.
Have a good chat to Phil when he gets here. He won't be far off. He'll have a look at it.
Yeah, no worries, mate. No, thank you. Just want to get this power going. I'll quickly put these solar panels up and pull the speaker out. Woohoo!
Peace out, brothers.
Oh. And he's still got both wrists.
And I've still got both wrists. I only hit 3 gun nuts to set me fucking ass up.
This skater boy ride. Another skater.
Yeah.
Those wheels will travel.
Good for me. Good for me.
How are you?
Tremendous, brother. How's yourself?
Yeah, good, mate. You had your PT for the morning.
Yeah, mate.
Bit of physical training.
Whew, that took it out of me.
Get the jumper.
How'd you go?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah. Just going to put some charge in while I can.
They still here? They fuck off.
They're gone, but apparently, so.
All that for nothing.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt to be safe, and we're allowed to be gun shy with the abuse, with the overreach that we've had. I mean, not abuse, but arrests and things.
Yeah, look. All it did was prove to them that they're fucking not as smart as they think they are.
Yeah.
You fucked them.
Yeah, they could get us if they wanted to. They could get us if they wanted to.
Yeah, I know.
But on nothing. They'd get us on nothing.
Their stings mean nothing to us. They're like a native bee. They're fucking stingless to us.
They'd have to make shit up to get us because we're doing nothing with that.
I was actually hoping I'd still be here.
I had a chat to Phil, brother.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't want to go over and approach when there's men of them team over there. No, then they went to the land, waved them all, and then they two stopped. Something's going on.
Bully boys? Bully boys?
I was wondering first if some of the grannies or something over there, but one guy walked in there, but the two came over. Yeah, they just, something going on there, either someone's better there or they're trying to, but they said, yeah, when there's something going on over there, we usually turn up 2 hours before it happens, and then leave. We go and spend the hour, but then they come in and get on after that. They might really conversation.
Yeah. So once again, Corey's spoken to the police that were here. They assured him that they've got no operation against us. They're not here for us. They're just doing a bit of a security for some other thing that's happening at Government House today. Apparently, whatever that was has happened. I think we've got every right to be a little gun shy, but it was still going to go ahead regardless. Keeps us on our toes. So which way am I looking? Yeah, that's right. But yeah, thanks for the police for not leaving us all in fear of their overreach. But they've got a real job to do and probably doing it. Even if it's outside the Constitution or yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's all cool at the moment. Thanks for being here. We've got Rob's just rocking up here now. Oh look, he just parks his wheels up against me wheels. That's a really good park there. He's parked it.
Parked it. All the questions are far away, my friend. I'll solve them all for you.
Yeah, I confused him yesterday.
Yes, apparently I was right anyway, but anyway.
This cable.
Yeah, so basically I've got the male and female lead.
Yep.
I was going to tap onto this.
Yep.
And then I was just basically going alligator clips straight onto the battery. But then
No.
we were talking about the control panel. Corey said you don't really need it.
You don't really need it if your panel size is right. I don't know what size panel you got here.
That was putting out 17 volt in the shade yesterday.
In the shade, yeah. How many cells have you got here?
Bit of sun on it, we can get to watch it and see what it's putting out now.
4.
Goes the
1.2
maths.
per cell.
22 per cell. How many you got?
4
You're like me, we just go with whatever.
1.2 per cell. There's 7 that way by 4 that way.
7 by 4 is 28.
Well, then I'll go get a
So
control
that's
panel.
28 and
1.2.
14 and 1.2, not 1.5. 1.2.
Hmm.
Seems like a high up. It's got a number here. Where did you buy that?
No, Paul gave it to me.
Oh, big,
Pablo.
big Paul.
Yeah, big Paul, Pablo.
Gee, boys.
Where's my phone decide that it's going to...
Because it wants to. All right.
All of a sudden it's decided darkness is
And of course, I didn't take a photo of the tabulated data on the back
back of it, yeah.
because it didn't have the wattage or anything.
Would add voltage, so.
Right,
I don't think so, boss.
I'll just get a control panel and do it probably, but it's where do I
Got
put?
one. Plug it into it.
So from this into that, but then I want to run leads from this back to this. That battery I really want to keep charging.
You could, look, you can hook it directly.
I just want to get the maximum out of it.
Yeah, but getting the maximum voltage is not getting the maximum amperage.
Yeah, right.
It's 2 different things.
Yeah. Son of a Sparky, you think I'd know all this stuff, but I just left that hard stuff to my dad. I just did the wiring.
Someone will know it. That's cool. It's a little bit like what I do with hands. Oh, you don't need to know everything,
Oh, well,
Dan.
you've got to call on your dad for something. You know. Dad.
You didn't need to buy that special cord either.
No.
That is solid cord. Yeah. But yeah, it's way overkill.
Well,
That's 1,000 volts shit for a house.
I asked him. Yeah. It wouldn't detract from it, though, would it?
No, it's only going to make it better.
Yeah.
But it's just way overkill. That's all.
You got overexcited.
Oh, I've been known to do a bit of overkill in my time.
Open voltage like that where it's sitting now is going to be higher than this.
Thanks. Where did you get this?
It's a 7. Yeah. 70 or something.
The thing is, you're going to actually have to be the controller. You're going to have to monitor the battery voltage because you can foil it and be it's an ATM. You can actually do damage to it.
Yeah, well, we've got to remove myself from the equation.
That's what happens. You just hook them up and then you forget. There's no reason why that can't go into here, into this, and then this be connected straight together.
Is there room for it to go in there, or do we? Yeah. Well, I'll work on that one anyway.
Yeah, you just hook it straight into the pedal.
Because
I've just got these 2 small ones at the moment.
Yeah. Basically, I just want a lead that can run through.
Yeah, quietly.
Just to hook on that, because that's the main one. That's using all the power there.
No.
Yeah, eh?
I'm trying to run the fridge 24 hours just to.
Yep.
keep
You've got a
cold.
large battery there. What's this one here doing?
Well, they're both linked together in parallel.
Doing what? At the moment.
I'm running the fans inside, and then lately I've just off this inverter running my laptop in here as well.
They're nothing. They're doing
Nothing. They're doing nothing, mate.
There's another battery in there, is it?
Yeah, that's the AGM. So 120 amp AGM.
So you hook your panel over here,
Yep.
and then just run a lead off of these back there, put them in parallel as well. There's enough room there. You've only got two little wires in there. That size
little
cable
wires.
there would have been enough. But if you got the plugs that go on into that cable, yeah, good work. Is that waterproof?
Yeah.
You got O-rings in there?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, just dry the water out of that one. It's full of water there.
A little bit of water.
I just dipped it all there. Yeah, no, that's fine, man. Just
Oh, we'll have a
patch
play.
that one into there. And thing is, then when it's not charging this battery, it's still charging them anyway.
You're still charging them anyway. Yeah, no, good.
And at night time, when you want to run your fridge, put that lead on and leave it on.
Leave it on, yeah.
Yeah, run it off this battery and those battery as well.
No, cool, mate. Just sort of a double check. So you have me second guessing yourself, and he is right.
Yeah, it's just that you have to be the regulator. If
Yeah,
you had a
fuck that.
massive battery bank, yeah, okay.
Regulators, man up.
You're never going to actually reach the fucking level, you know?
You always forget to turn them off.
Yeah, I've got to remove myself from the equation because I will stuff it, you know that, and it's too expensive.
And as you get older, you forget more shit.
And then I'll give those ones back to Paul.
So that's a 12-volt panel. See, it's 6. The other one's 7. This is 6x4. This will be a 12-volt panel. No data.
The other one I think had 13 on it.
This one has 13 volts.
That's what it was on it.
27.5 degrees, mate, is the correct angle.
Oh, yeah, 5 degrees.
Huh?
Whereabouts?
Tracking the sun at this hemisphere level.
This hemisphere. Because I'm 10 degrees solar hot water.
For solar hot water, yeah, but it'd be more like about 23 degrees for a panel.
This is the minimum.
Is the correct angle, yeah.
Minimum angle. My room's 12.5 degrees.
12 and a half, so it's all okay. It's all relative. You're
Yeah.
talking about peak versus fucking output. You won't even measure the difference.
No, I didn't need a 25-degree pitch roof on my house.
No, thank you.
There's no fucking snow out here.
That's all right. So when you came in, were they gone too?
Yeah, mate.
We were going to get up the original thingy up there, the art thing, and
Yeah, walk in.
walk in with the dogs. And oh, yeah, they got nothing on it.
That's right. You don't give them the satisfaction. You haven't got a bit of fruit or something on around, boss? Got a packet of sausages, but I couldn't bring it because I was riding the
I've got sausages. I just have to wait till we're doing this to cook it. I haven't got any fruit.
I was going to bring a packet of sausages for you.
Yeah.
To keep it in the cabinet.
I don't, mate. Sorry. I'm just trying to think what I have just so much on. We've got bickies. We've got bickies. We've got bickies, known as bickies.
No, I rode because I rode the board in, I couldn't bring the sausages with me. Did that stop from rattling?
But they're all like that, but when it's down, you just every time you roll over.
Not really.
So remove the triggers.
Mm-hmm. Move the triggers, that's the go.
Lovely daily routine, mate.
Right. Did you get that pin drop?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, cool. No, we were safe last night. We were in a nice little location. No one bothered us.
Just investigate.
Yeah, I will, mate. I will.
That's the only gate going into the state forest. morning, before you get up, you'll hear a couple of cars come past. There must be some sort of work they do down the other end of it. He's supposed to veg out. Yeah, like of course, that message they're doing to go.
I appreciate it. We were dawdling for, it felt like we were dawdling for a reason, just la, and then just as we come along, he told us, so we took off up in the auditorium.
Mhm.
They hung around for a while, and then Corey rang us and said, "Oh, they're leaving, and one's heading up your way." Now, if we're not a part of it, I suppose you'd. Yeah, but he did the lap, saw us on the way. We just having a coffee up the top.
Yep.
Just behind the centres there.
Mhm.
But yeah, maybe it was normal, but when he did come to see us, like, no, they are after us. Why would you come up there? But I suppose you do want an overage to see where.
If you're in cars, not having coffee, they won't fuck you up. But the trouble is, we keep quoting them. And they try something new and we get them to beat them again.
I really don't want them to try harder or do it better. No.
I said that to Corey when we first got here. I said, if I was the boss of that show, you guys would be fun.
Yeah, things you could do.
And I'd do it without prejudice. I'd get all the Canberrians for the same fucking thing, just to make sure that I wasn't being prejudiced, that I was showing them that I can do things. You know what I mean?
Doing the oath this morning, brother?
Yes, mate. Yep. Oh, no, I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you've
Don't
got
need
two
to-
bits of paper.
I've got the other one piece of paper. I don't know where that other one got to.
I've got a spare one.
Excellent.
He played that for us when we camped at Burrow. He hadn't finished at that point, but so that was 6 months ago we listened to that for the first time.
So Patriot 101's written a song,
Thank
and I
you,
really
man.
love you, mate. He's my hero. He's one of my heroes. Him and Sean and Johnny.
Hello, all you brave soldiers and warriors out there. I just want to thank you for what you do. My name is Glenn. I am Patriot 101. I've been inspired to write a little song for you all. I hope you enjoy it. This song is called So Proud of You. All you soldiers who chose to take a stand, to fight this slavery they force upon the man. For all your bravery to show the world the truth, the acts of tyranny, and we all have the proof. History will remember your name, as it will the ones who are to blame. God has sent his angels down for you. Those who stand in love will make it through. He has taught us to never walk in fear. In every step we take, we know that he is near. We know the victory is ours, we'll see it soon. And we were born to take a stand for what is true. History will remember your name, as it will the ones who are to blame. God has sent his angels down for you. Those who stand in love will make it through. For all you soldiers who chose to take a stand, to fight this slavery they force upon the man. For all your bravery to show the world the truth, the acts of tyranny, and we all have the proof. God bless you.
God bless you, Patriot. Glenn, my friend.
You want me to carry that?
Oh, if you like, mate, that'd be good. Thank you. It's not getting any lighter. All right. Well, which way are we looking there? Time to go. Zoom back out. Hey, Daniel Lawson. G'day. Nobby Noble. Good morning. See you soon, Greg. See you, Vaughan. See you, Toby. All right, I'll make a beeline. So yeah, Glenn, our friend, has written a song for all the patriots around the nation. Quite possibly, there's no reason why it couldn't be for all the patriots around the world. Thank you very much, Glenn. It's on my Telegram channel, Freedom Front Canberra. Thanks to Tash for sharing it through. Yeah, sent a text message to Carl Leibold this morning, thanking him very much for his very kind words. I know he used my name, but I know he's actually referring to all of us here that do stand true in love, kindness and compassion of each other, standing true for the real war, the real battle, and trying to give a hand up to as many of the other freedom fronts and freedom people that we can. As certain little things happen to try and drag us down, we're saying, no, here's a hand. Grab my hand and let us help you up. A hand up. This is the way we roll. Love conquers all, not the hatred and the bad behavior and all the bloody bullshit. That's what these guys have, the enemy, which I'm probably going to go into a little more detail of maybe tomorrow now. Who is the enemy? Know your enemy. But they're the ones who are the dark and the sinister, the evil, the Satanists, Luciferians, the New World Order. They don't care about you or I. We are the profane and the vulgar to them, the goyim. So you can't beat evil with more evil. You've got to beat it with the good. This is good versus evil. So you've got to bring the good to defeat the evil. No matter how many times I try to spread that message, some people have just been hard to reach. But I pray for them. I pray very hard for them. I don't cast them out, but forever try to lead by example. I'm there for those people as they come around and understand. Yeah, and not just me, we as a whole. I mean, look at the model of the Unite and White. The love, the care, the kindness. Standing as a man and a woman, a powerful man, a powerful woman, making that stand for all that is good, not evil. Bringing all that is love against something that is hatred. Standing as overtly peacefully as possible against brute force, so to speak, power. We bring the good energy to defeat the power. But that's a topic for our mate, brother Pablo to talk about. He's got a very good way of looking at these things. He's well studied, see. He takes it very seriously. Many a life lesson from my brother Paul. So yeah, a little bit running late, but there's no, we evolve, we roll with the punches. Adapt and overcome, so to speak. Another post to note was the first update for 2023 from the leader of the A1 family, Ricardo Bosi. I've also got that on the telegrams. Have a look at it. It goes for about 7 minutes or so, but it's worth listening to. Mark. Thanks for your lead of kindness, care and compassion and love, Mr. Carl Leibold and Ricardo Bosi and all those that are part of the Unite and White. And in that same topic of conversation, much love to those directly supporting me behind the scenes, being Natasha and Diana. Love yous heaps. You make my days great again.
The problem is because we haven't, no one's got time to check what legislation is going on, who's signing what in, we don't know what's going on. I can't even navigate these fucking sites. Toby can find things, Karen can find things, but I can't even navigate these government websites.
Hey, Digital Dig, see if you can find out what they were doing at Government House in today. They had something planned this morning.
Oh, this one won't give you any information. Well, this is what I want. No, this page doesn't give Well, what the fuck's this page for then?
To make you
Oh,
give up.
fuck
Make you
off.
get lost
Yeah,
and
make you give up.
They put it out. They put the information there, but they hide it.
Yeah,
50 cal?
you got to be able to figure it
No,
out.
no 50 cal. You didn't bring a 50 cal?
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay.
keep going right in. That's his trick to get the collar taken off. So he can pass and get it on.
Hello, Flower. Aren't you a pretty little flower? You are. You are.
Alright, so put the collar on him.
Okay, you go.
You build a fake collar. Build one that looks identical that has no electric, and then you can put it. But he still thinks it's on there. Hey, boss.
Morning, DH.
Motherfucker. Maybe ride a skateboard. The wrong skateboard, the other one must be in the truck still.
Remind me to show you a picture before you go anywhere. You'll like it. A nice import van that was here the other day.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I better not tell you anymore. We're going to ruin it for you.
Spoiler
You Diggs, you got something to say to the Governor General? Just yell out now. All right, yell out. I'm ready. Just let the Diggs just tell their piece. Yell out from your lounge rooms, yell out from your kitchens, your car, wherever you are. Just yell out. Give the Governor General what for. What would you like to tell the Governor General today, Diggs? Don't hold back. Don't hold back. But be nice. No swearing, but
My mind is fucking mush right now. Oh, hang on, I better link to the fucking thing first.
That might help.
Check. 1, 2, 3,
5, 6.
3, 4. Hi, DH. Good morning.
Stop. No, I'll get in trouble.
I even had a big swimming, but nobody else would Why not? Wait.
Don't hands the mic. Yes.
Keep your hands off the mic.
Sit down here, Stinky. They're getting cheeky now.
Good morning, Governor General. Sorry, mate. Good morning to all your guests.
I guess you have
And good morning to the AFP, the PSOs and ASIOs.
the bully boys crowd.
God bless all our Patriot digital diggers upon the WebEx. Please go forward, be outstanding in their headdress, and I'll compete with the rowers on the water. It's the trick, so you gotta
Go
raise.
around in circles, trust me.
Just follow the rules.
let them do their sports.
Yellow boys.
Down the end there.
Buoys.
Racist calling someone yellow?
No. Indians have got yellow skin,
I
haven't
really want to yell out stroke.
they? That's it.
Mum and Dad used to raise.
They spend a long time laying
My
back,
brother
don't
was a
they?
coxswain. They had this, they were at a regatta, and Bill was coxswain for Mum's team, and he could see they could win, and she was stroke. And he's going, bring it up another 6, bring it up another 6. She goes, shut up, you little bastard, you wait for me, get out of this boat. He was in charge.
Well, there we go. Everyone can use
So he was right.
Bring it up another 6.
He was right.
Too much arguing.
All good?
Yep.
Stay fast! They lay with sons in the battle. Very young. Straight of limb. Full of eyes. Steady and a glow. They staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fall their faces to the foe. They shall go not on as we the left call. age shall not weary them, nor years condemn. Of the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
Lest we forget.
Lest we forget.
Yeah, mate, I'm in no rush here, so. Might be all right, you do this.
Can someone take that microphone off that kid?
I want to see him pass out.
David Hurley As Governor General of this nation, this letter is a direct appeal from the ever-growing cohort of Australian people, both here and at home. As you found out in Tasmania and at the races in Melbourne, we call on you to action the public reveal of the unredacted findings of a police report that was tabled at the Woodrow Commission 1995 to 1997 and signed for by the QC of the Woodrow Commission. The Woodrow Commission, as catalogued with the Police Integrity Commission, resulted in a 90-year suppression order of this document, containing 28 names of alleged pedophiles of prominent stature. Some of these included judges, government officials, ex-prime ministers and others, frightening enough. The Australian government and parliament has made no attempt to undo the 90-year suppression order for the supposed safety and well-being of the population goes against exactly that. How can suppressing pedophiles' names be for the safety of the population? Or the children, for that matter? And we find it totally unacceptable. Revisit again in 2015 when you were Governor of New South Wales and could have stood for the people of New South Wales right then and there against the corruption. In the Senate Legal and Constitutional Legislation Committee meeting, given time from his fellow senators, Senator Bill Heffernan delivered the same request for the findings to be released to the public and their people to have their day in court. As the Senator stated, it is not so much the secrets that's the problem. It's when a group of people such as the 28 keep each other's secrets. And now you keep their secrets. You've been asked by multiple people, including us, who are the 28. Didn't reply to several letters about it, and only replied to ours when we threatened an all-night protest in front of your house. As the Senator stated again, further into his appeal, he quoted a judge from the day. We decided not to revisit that issue because the public will lose confidence in the judiciary. What he's talking about there is the judge of the day decided to go to lunch instead of address the issue of the 28. And when he came back from lunch, he conveniently neglected to readdress the issue. And when he said we later on in an interview of another Royal Commission, you wonder who he was talking to during that lunch break, who decided that they shouldn't talk about it. Because judges don't use we. 26 painful years later, 68 children a day go missing, according to the AFP website. 68 children a day, and we don't talk about it. Should be tabled in every single conversation around Australia every day, and then these people had nowhere to hide. The fact that you won't talk about it makes me wonder, Governor General. We have stood each week since August 30, 2021 in Government House in Queensland. Yes, we have been persecuted there, just like we have here. We have been targeted. We have been labelled. We're not going away. We are not scared of the system. We are doing nothing wrong. In fact, we are doing the only thing that is right. Standing for the sanctity of children. We have been here at Yarralumba since the 7th of February every single day. We were at your front gate requesting you to stand up for the people until you decide to target the protesters and stop them from peacefully politically protesting. And change the legislation on April the 1st. Yes, funny joke. Ha ha ha. Didn't stop us. We're still here.
Weren't fooled.
We're either real victims, family members of victims, friends of victims of this appalling industry of child trafficking and pedophilia that you continue to hide and cover up. Whether you're part of it or not, the fact that you will not stand up and do something about it means you are complicit to the crime. We the people also inquire why the individual on the position of Governor General was not holding up the office of Governor General. You don't rubber stamp everything that comes your way. It is up to you to be the buffer between the people and the government. And the tyrannical laws that they're producing, legislation they're producing, does not deserve a rubber stamp. So maybe you should talk to your underlings, because I can guarantee you don't read it unless you make money from it, like $18 million future Australian funds or $46 million slush funds, with exactly the same 3 CEOs in one Kangaroo Island. That's convenient, Kangaroo Island. How about you talk to the police about the obvious targeting of peaceful political protesters? We have the right, 83.4, Criminal Code Act, 1995. And as one of the magistrates said when you lost another court case in the magistrates' court, protesting in this country is a vital part of the democratic society of this country. Are your police puppets sick of losing court cases? Because I know the DPP are, because the head of DPP went to the police commissioner and said, what the hell is going on with your MSU? Your what? MSU, make shit up. You are breaking the law. You're constantly making shit up. And you're arresting these people for no reason. And our win-loss ratio is plummeting. It's circulating the ball. So tell your puppets to wake up. I say it is up to the men and women of Australia to determine their level of confidence in the police, the judiciary, parliament, yourself, on all these matters. And I know personally I found you lacking, and most people I talk to find you lacking. In fact, if you ask any single individual in Australia, can you trust what the government tell you when it comes to politicians? And they will say no. They never, ever carry through with their promises. All they're worried about is how much money they can siphon to their friends and their future job after 4 years that they cushion themselves into. The parliamentary wage in Australia used to be low. Why? Because they had perks like free postage, able to access their super funds straight away, all these sorts of things. But then the parliamentarians obviously make their own rules. They slowly pump their wages up, little bit by little bit by little bit. And now our Prime Minister gets paid more than the US President. He has to govern a far larger country and a far larger economy. And the American people know their constitution and they stand with their constitution. And the AFP should know their constitution, but they don't. They wouldn't have a clue. How about you go and have a read of it? Not the modified one that was not brought in through a referendum, the original 1901 Constitution. And have a close look. And when the magistrate says, don't worry about the Constitution, worry about the magistrate legislation, I've got to be very concerned about that, sir. Because as one of our people here brought to light, the Constitution gives the Parliament the right to sit. Parliament create the legislation which gives the magistrate right to sit. So the magistrate legislation is derived from the Constitution. Yours sincerely, representative of the Australian people, Come get me if you dare. Got a couple of questions for you early. Publicly, a young man has accused you of trafficking him and having sex with him. We have not heard a denial. Under your law, Admiralty law, a non-response is actually, from my understanding, agreement. You sit and do nothing, probably because you have stupid advisors telling you the best thing you can do is do nothing. But I have a question for you. Every morning for over 11 months, we have honored the diggers that have given the ultimate price for our freedom. And I'm horrified that you supposedly were a leading officer of the Australian Army. And yet all I've seen from you is a lack of honour, a lack of leadership, a lack of respect for your position and those who employ you. If you don't realise it, it's us. We, the people, employ you. You sit in our house and your job is to protect us from the overreach of the bully boys and the parliament. My question to you is, has it worked ignoring us? Have we packed up and gone home? And even when you send your bully boys out to break the law, to remove us from our rightful place of protest, it backfires on you every time. But then I'm remembering when you were appointed Governor General, there was a lot of shit being said about you. Serious shit. And unlike the previous Governor General, Peter Cosgrove, who when there was accusations made against him, showed honour and stood up and resigned because he did not want to bring dishonour to the position. Why have you not resigned? From before you were even appointed Governor General, there was shit being said about you. And yet you took this honoured position without honour. And nothing I've seen since you became Governor General has shown you to be a man of honour. You dishonour the uniform you once wore. You dishonour the office of Governor General that you sit on your ass in and do nothing. The only way you can recover any honour at all is to resign and let someone do the job that you're sitting there not doing.
Dan wants a tasty morsel of treachery and treason. The truth. I can give that to you. We're up to number 9. 1986. The Hawke government unlawfully passes the Australia Act 1986, which is the final action required to completely remove Australia from the British Commonwealth. The Australia Act 1986 and the following reprints, Act 1992 Queensland, allows government to make laws without the consent of the people.
The only true constitution is the original Constitution of Australia 1901, which in its opening statement states, the people have agreed to unite in one indissoluble federal commonwealth under the Constitution, hereby established. Therefore, it created the Commonwealth of Australia in its opening statement. This definition states that the people under this Constitution are the Commonwealth of Australia. And this is why there can be no change to the Constitution or the constitutional arrangements without the consent of the people, men and women. A list of referendums in Australia since the original Constitution of 1901 is as follows. Thank you.
You. He's a good one.
That is why anyone promoting a hidden agenda that is alien to that of the Constitution must find alternative means of achieving that agenda to bypass an impenetrable safeguard of the people's rights. Impenetrable because it is of the people. This is also why Bob Hawke brought in the Australia Act to veil the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Australia, which would cover up Whitlam's crime of using the Statute Law Revision Act 1973 to remove the words the Commonwealth of and of the Commonwealth from all federal legislation to create an independent pseudo-nation called Australia.
Pseudo-nation? Who wants a pseudo-nation? Not me.
This created Australia, a simulated fake nation with no people. How could there be any people when they are all in the Commonwealth of Australia? In addition, no assets because these all belong to the people, the Commonwealth of Australia. But that didn't matter because the name Australia has been in common use forever, which was an excellent decoy to the Commonwealth of Australia. It was the alternative means that Bob Hawke was looking for. Therefore, we must ask the question, is it valid? Firstly, to ascertain this, let's apply the rule of law. In the first instance, this suggests an offence, treachery against the Commonwealth. The Crimes Act 1914, Section 24AA, treachery states, a person shall not do any act or thing with intent, 1, to overthrow the Constitution of the Commonwealth. This is covered in today's Criminal Code Act 1995, Section 80, 1AC, which states, a person commits an offence if C, the person engages in the conduct with the intention of overthrowing the Constitution. The penalty in 1914 and still now for the offence of treachery is imprisonment for life. Secondly, no valid change can be made to the Constitution without the consent of the people. To get this act into effect, all of the state parliaments had to enact the Australia Acts Request Act. Yet there was no
referendum held in any state. Nevertheless, each state passed an Australia's Act Request Act in 1985. The Prime Minister, Bob Hawke, and the premiers of each state conspired against the Commonwealth, the people. Thirdly, former Justice of the High Court, Michael Kirby, AC, CMG, has argued that the Australia Act 1986 is invalid. Former Justice Kirby stated that because the Australia Act contained amendments to the state constitutions of Queensland and Western Australia, it is inconsistent with Section 106 of the Constitution and is not a valid exercise of Commonwealth legislative power. Finally, the states could not validly enact the Australia Act Request Act 1985 because A, no referendum was held in any state, and B, each Australia Act Request Act invalidated itself at its first schedule, Section 5B, and could not be lawfully used to support the enactment of the Australia Act. Section 5 limits the legislative powers of the Parliament of States granted in Section 2 and clearly states that these powers do not operate so as to give any force or effect to a provision of an act that is repugnant to the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act. However, the aim of each Australia Acts Request Act is deleterious to the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act. This makes the Australia Acts Request Acts repugnant to the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act. Then, by the provision of Section 5 of their own first schedule, the Australian Acts Request Acts are invalid. Reference to the lack of a referendum in respect of the Australia's Act Request Act means that protocol was not followed. In the Australia Act at Section 6, it states, a law made by the Parliament of the state shall be of no force or effect unless it is made in such a manner and form as may from time to time be required by a law made by that Parliament, whether made before or after the commencement of this Act. In other words, such a law is invalid if it is not made in the manner and form required by a law made by that Parliament. Sorry to bore you guys, did you leave? Oh, they've left. This was entrenched in the Constitution of Queensland by Section 53 and others before and after the enactment of the Australia Acts Request Act 1985. In respect to Queensland, its legislation clearly set out such manner and form, including the need for a referendum. Sir Joe Bajolki-Peterson said in a speech recorded in Hansard, Queensland, on 7th of the 12th, 77, only if the people of Queensland vote for a change will it be possible for Australia as a whole to become a republic, because you cannot change the monarchy in one part of Australia unless you change it in the whole. To entrench the present system, the bill provides that none of its clauses can be altered by Parliament unless the bill is first presented to the people by way of referendum, as prescribed in this bill. The requirement of entrenchment, Section 53, is also itself entrenched, so that the guarantee cannot be undone. such as has been done in other parts of the Commonwealth nations where a republican form of government has been brought about contrary to the Constitution. It is obvious then that the failure by Queensland Parliament to uphold correct manner and form in respect to the enactment of the Australia's Act Request Act 1985 invalidates that Act. To further show this Act is invalid, we must look into the actions of Peter Beattie when he then replaced the Queensland Constitution 1867 with the new Queensland Constitution 2001. Peter Beattie justified this to Parliament by telling them that it was to consolidate and modernise the Queensland Constitution to bring it into the modern era. No one in the House questioned him, and nobody told the people. Here is how he did it. He designed the new constitution to be unnoticeable, especially in fundamental legislation. This included not having anything in it that would be seen as confrontational, so notations were used. For example, removing the right of referendum would be the very first confrontational, wouldn't it? So the first thing that was done was removal of the first page of the following. The requirements of referendum established under the Constitution Act 1867, Constitution Act Amendment Act 1890, and Constitution Act Amendment Act 1934. If we now look at Section 3 of the Queensland Constitution 2001, we see that the purpose of this Act is, this Act declares, consolidates and modernises the Constitution of Queensland. Then this is followed by a note that states, however, this Act does not consolidate the following constitutional provisions because of the special additional procedures, including approval by the majority of electors at a referendum that may be required. Constitution Act 1867, Sections 1, 2, 2A, 11A, 11B, and 53. Constitution Act Amendment Act 1890, Section 2, and Constitution Act Amendment Act 1934, Sections 3 and 4. Further, this Act does not consolidate the Constitution Act 1867, Sections 30 and 40. However, you may well say that this is only a note until you refer to Section 5. Note in text is part of this Act, which states, a note in the text of this Act is part of this Act, which clearly is here to give full effect to Section 3, which was just referred to. This leads us to realise that the purpose of this Act has been misstated. It should refer to the removal of constitutional provisions that include approval by the majority of electors at a referendum, as granted to the people of Queensland by the valid Constitution of Queensland 1867. Saying this then, how do the words declare, consolidate and modernise the Constitution of Queensland apply? Instead, you could use the following words: stealth, deceit, treachery against the people of Queensland in their place that would be more appropriate in this case. For instance, refer to Section 95 of this 2001 Queensland Constitution that lists the legislation repeals by this Constitution at Schedule 3. And looking down the list of repealed legislation, we find the Australia Acts Request Act 1985, number 69. This legislation did its job in 1986 when the Australia Act 1986 was enacted. So why repeal it? And why create reprints under the Reprints Act 1992, an act that was created to change legislation at will of the Australian Act Request Act 1985 on 19th of the 7th, 94 and the 6th of the 6th, 2002. Then repeal it on the 6th of the 6th, 2002. It seems pointless rewriting a law and effecting change to it when it has no further effect. Why repeal it unless there was something to hide? So what was done to it before it was repealed? We have already seen that this act invalidated itself at Section 5 in Schedule 1, but there was no change to Section 5. The most important change was in the preamble, which was entirely removed, which makes a nonsense of this act. In the original wording of the Australia's Act Request Act 1985, it contains a preamble of 5 paragraphs, where each of the 2nd, 3rd and 4th paragraphs are reiterated in kind at sections 2, 3 and 4 of the Act. At first glance, the omission of the first 4 paragraphs may suggest that the Act has merely undergone a tidying up. The definition above the preamble is similar to the first paragraph, except it names those responsible for initiating the need for this Act. So why would you bother when the Act had done its job and cannot be used again, unless it's necessary to remove something that may be incriminating, such as the 5th paragraph. The 5th paragraph states, "Be it enacted by the Queen's most excellent Majesty, by and with the advice and consent of the Legislative Assembly of Queensland in Parliament assembled, and by the authority of the same as follows." What we have here in the 5th paragraph is A, this is the clause that enacts this legislative bill. B, it tells us who enacted the bill. And C, under whose authority it was enacted. Paragraph 5 creates the Act, which is presented for assent. So without paragraph 5, the bill remains a bill and is not a valid act of legislation. By removing this enactment clause from the Australia's Act Request Act 1985, it becomes invalid. It is not enacted and it is not authorised, which then invalidates the Australia Act 1986. Then, because the Australia's Act Request Act is invalid, the federal government under Bob Hawke had no right to invoke Section 51 of the Commonwealth Constitution, as not all of the states had made a valid request for a change in legislation. The result is there were no valid grounds for the Australia Act to be enacted. Consent of the people must be sought through a referendum. Therefore, John Howard held a referendum to ask the public if they wanted to be a republic on the 6th of the 11th, 1999. But it was defeated. The Australian people did not consent. Therefore, it was never the wish of the Australian people to go down the path that Whitlam, Fraser, Hawke and Keating had pushed onto the public. Fact, we did not consent. Our Australia and we the people of Australia are now completely centralised and corporised by the Australian Government Corporation, and there was no referendum to request the consent of the people for these changes.
It is.
That was a long one.
Right,
Thank
you
you,
can
Vicky.
wake up now.
That's a big one, though.
The most exciting thing about that was your voice, mate.
Remember that, yeah, remember that.
No, that's the important one.
It is important. It is.
That
It
one,
is,
that
but it's
one.
I don't mean to
long.
downplay it, but yeah.
People falling asleep, the dogs are snoring.
I'll yell more.
Um,
Are they awake online?
Day 5 of my commitment to have the Lord's Prayer said here on the front for 7 days.
One moment. Very sorry if that was boring, but you need to know it.
Just wake them up. Wake up! We're back on.
Some people really, really get excited by that stuff, don't they?
I know, and I'm not really one of them.
Thank you, Vicky. It's very important to treat your treasure, so thank you. I mean,
I
that one's a
haven't
hard one.
instructed either.
Don't mean to downplay it at all. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation. For power and the glory and the kingdom is yours, God, now and forever. Not the governor. You still here?
Just turn it down, this booming.
Too much bass?
Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, I remember what my CDs were. I said, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. I made it again. I know we can't do that. Yeah, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. That's working the road, working the law. I can't be still now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Let's smash my car. I'm not the art, but I'm out on battle and I'm still here. They try so hard. We try not laugh. They turn my car, the next day's back in the same car park. These spots ain't smart, I'ma make a drop this charge. Son, you watch, we take it back to start. No D's, no titles, no press pass. Now we judge you, tables turn, we can't be the for all these souls, all the abuse. Nobody's got that, we stop not. Yeah, who at the door, Mac the dart, king on the storm, riding the empty floor with the door, we group and come back to the front lawn. Yeah, we're still here, still ain't got no fear, we will cry, still ain't shed no tears, the same time we still here. Is that all you got? We take on you more, we unite, you don't call a shot, so we here rolling down. And they're still here, yeah, they're still here. Return of the sovereign, but they never left, they're still here, yeah, they're still here. Yeah, that's still here, the oldest civilization. Listen, how many years? They're still here. Need your support for the new way this war is fought. Our worry for the law and in income war records. Gotta cut out the cancer. Yeah, that's what the plans are. Walk with the elders, they got the law, we got the numbers, that is the answer. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never got the jab, never wore my studios, no past them, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. That rain that can't, I know we can't see, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They're breaking the road, breaking the law. Back now, we're still now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Let's smash the car. And not be out for the man on barrel and not still here. They see us come. We see them run. Now we are one. Free our daughters, free our sons. Get ahead instead. Front line, the bed I'm there. Even when we're gone, our spirit lives on there. We ain't going anywhere. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never got a jack, never wear my shoes. So past them, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. That way that it can't. Down over that, you said can't, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here, they're breaking the road, breaking the law, back now, we're still now, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here, that's Africa. I'm not the app, but the man on bail, and I'm still here.
Good mate, getting a bit of fitness up there.
Yep.
How's the biceps, triceps good? Yeah.
Yep. It's the shoulders that I have problems with, not the arms.
Thanks, mate. How's our possums today? How's our digital digs? Is awake there? Yeah, that number 9 treachery and treason is pretty full on. But if they don't follow the rules, they will enslave us. And they don't follow the rules. Hello, possums. I am zoomed out, am I? I think so. Yeah. Hello, possum. How are you? Thought he was on possum duty. Yeah, you mark it there just so that the possums know you were there just to protect them, eh? He could, yeah. He was onto it.
Yeah, well, at home we got a couple that come and sit on the electric wires and just go, I'm up here and you can't get me. Drives him nuts.
Nice save.
Same with the Maggies. They like to sweep him.
Mm.
He just barks at them.
He's very similar to my Rara.
He's a good boy.
Mm.
Just a little bit excitable. Aren't you, Boo? Booty baby. Bootylicious. That's who you are, isn't it? You don't have to get a kid anywhere. You can just wait for me. I know you love Dan. Back here.
I could see that shed from the top of the hill, but we just couldn't quite see the rock garden. Have to go up to that building next time, that car park. Probably just a quick one today, Diggs. Running late and everything, and I assume we're running late. Shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of you and me. Assume. Presume. But anyway, maybe we're not. But gotta make the most of the day. Oh, excuse me. Wow, that did send me to sleep, that treachery and treason. I obviously wasn't listening either. I just went straight through. I'm glad you guys listened to it all though, and a full bottle on it all, and can regurgitate it verbatim, word for word. So good on you, Diggs. Well done. Hope I don't need to reference that one anymore. She's a champ. Both of them, the Hansard Hammer and Vicky Victorious. Yeah. I did a number on it. Security. Just as you were, mate. No need to move. I don't even think I've got the kettle out, so you don't even have to put the kettle on if you don't want to. It's all packed up there. Should get a kettle on when I get back though. Kettle and Vicky's. Yeah, this Greg's back out with us today. Everyone sending through their concerns where he is yesterday, making sure he's all right. There he is. Phil's on the phone. He had to walk off. He's got work to do. He does a lot of phone calls, and it's all relevant to the fight generally. Yeah, I know, mate. I was just that's what I was taking the responsibility off you. It's no one's going to miss it because the Vaughan Identity never kept up his job description in that department anyway. I forgot to tell him Kettle's part of the security job. I asked him how he's finding the security job. He said it's boring shit. And I said, yeah, well, that's security. Let's keep it that way. Oh, I left it behind anyway. I'm glad we didn't need it. It's part of the job description, but it doesn't pay well, mate. So yeah, I don't blame you. At some point, I'd like to think we're in a safe enough position here in Australia. We're probably not there yet. I don't know. We need a few pieces for in play, but I really hope that we're in a safe enough position soon that maybe Bill Heffernan might be able to come out and make a stand with us and fill us in on some of the details. I don't blame him for wherever he's at. He's done his job. He did a bloody remarkable job. He'd give it a good shake of the tree. And I'd hate to consider what danger he would have been in. So, yeah, a man of the moment in those back in 2015. And thank you very much, Bill. I hope your family is safe. I pray for you. And yeah, hopefully at some point you might feel safe enough to maybe contact us. But mate, if you just withdraw from here and everything, I understand as well. These are dangerous times, and I wouldn't wish you any harm or your families, mate. I really pray for you. So all the best. And thank you. Thank you for getting us this far, mate. So who would like coffee? Tea? Coffee? Biscuits? Oh, I should tidy my bedroom one day. It's not that bad. I'm in disarray today because I'm trying to find a new place to put my laptop. Like your dig suggested, don't leave the laptop on the bed or a blanket. It overheats. So I have it on a piece of wood, but I thought when I turned it all off, I could be able to put it on the bed just to keep it safe, but it actually still almost overheated, even with the screen down. So I'm trying to find a way to transport the laptop in the back without packing it all up into the suit, the little case that I have for it, another case. Why? Because I'm just trying to cut down on the time. The unpack, the pack, the unpack, the pack. Who enjoyed Patriot 101 song for all the Patriots today? What a good man. I wrote a song too. I wrote a song. I've sung it on the streets. Pretty sure I've sung it here too. Once or twice. Now, worth posting to Yorkshire then. Okay, Nobby. On a milk crate. And white and tea, please. Yeah, and a milk crate to sit on. Yep. Last pinch of weight. You selling out. God, I'm not sure what's going on there. And he tries to. Nobby's been trying to what do you call it? Reel me in with a few little cheaties. All in jest, of course. Thank you. Just on the ground, if you don't. Thank you, if you don't mind. I'll get up in a minute. And, thanks. Just got the kettle on. Obviously, Pinster and Nobby are in deep conversation there. Thank you, Belinda Scott. Yeah, and I'll pass on your best to them. Oh, did you enjoy that, Belinda? God, it was almost torture. Pigment superstition. Yeah, look, I've got it here on documents. It's called the treachery and treason. Yeah, look, I'll get it up there. Who's asking for that? Daniel, look, yeah, I've got it there, mate. I'll put it up. Another job to do today. Yeah, it's. I'll ask if she's got it on them. I'll ask if she's got it on a computer, which she probably has. I'll get an email at me, and then I'll copy and paste it onto the telegrams. It's about 6-7 pages back and front. Oh, put coffee out.
If it's too much trouble, I won't worry
It's
about
not,
it.
mate. No, it's not. I want a copy myself.
Do you want me to turn this off or it's not on
Oh,
yet?
oh no, mate. You're joking. This how. Don't tell the digs how stupid I am.
I'm not. We've all been there, man.
Kettle. Put the kettle on. Just have the gas boiling. There. Oh, yeah. We should have been halfway there by now. It was never going to whistle like that, was it?
No.
Look, the structured water Anne brings us.
Have to get some more of those Fishman's Friends, I think.
Oh, I'll try that one. Yeah, look.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll need the tea. Fresh milk. Oh, you don't have.
No, started drinking the black and sport. And it saves you having to keep buying fresh milk. Oh. You caught the storm last night?
Yesterday afternoon, I'm looking down for yesterday afternoon. It was sensational.
Yeah,
I had a little sleep through it. It was nice.
Oh, that's nice. We had the strong wind, but the rain didn't come yesterday afternoon. And then just as I was going to bed, there was just a sprinkle, which is disappointing.
Yeah, I'm glad it sort of hung around today.
Oh, no. Oh, man, you do. Thanks, mate.
You have a nice little sleep down there, mate?
Sorry?
You have a nice little sleep down there? It was really exciting stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Riveting.
Yeah. Was actually.
Yeah, some people have got the brains for it. For me, it's just like, wow, it's like nodding off himself. Yeah, when right, it didn't even pass through the head. It just background noise. I couldn't tune into it.
Yeah, I woke up this morning thinking about all these digs that have given their life and got this guy who's supposedly a military man behaving like this. It's disgusting.
Yeah, all the police overreach on us and many lives were real certain risk here, and he doesn't give a shit. They just still want to uphold the code violations of a criminal corporation.
That's it. You got it in mind. The bully boys.
I'm all over the place.
Oh, it looks like you've got a Brisbane Lions jacket.
Don't even think about it.
Well, I thought after Lockie came over, you might have come over.
Oh, it's a dirty word.
Lockie?
No, rugby in WA. So this footy. Sorry, yeah, wrong one. Oh, Lockie Neal. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Lockie Neal.
He's a good guy.
He is, mate. I was glad he went to Brisbane, and I knew that he probably wouldn't have got a Brownlow at Freo, but he got it at Brisbane, and he was worthy of it. Absolutely.
Yeah. I thought he played last year. I thought he played better the year before.
Yeah.
And he didn't win the Barnlow. It's like, yeah, okay. There he is.
It's on, mate. Yep.
Just giving Phil a lift back over. And
Yeah, cool.
What should I do after that? You got plans?
I'll just speak to Hans and Vicky. Yeah, I'll come over that way, mate.
I'll give you a buzz later on, eh?
Yeah, cool, mate. Yeah, I have the phone there ready. Yeah, cool, mate.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, sorry. For some reason, my head was going to rugby.
Yeah, no, that's good.
And they kicked our Western Force out of the league.
I know.
Once again, corruption. Mind you, the bloke who picked up the rugby league banner over there, Twiggy Forrest, I reckon he took up the banner because it was a shoo-in that West Australia were going to win it.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, I'm just going to look like the bloke who saved it. And he didn't. He took on more than he can chew, and they still lost. And then he had to invest a lot of money to try and save face.
Yeah.
And he did. He saved the team. He really did. And he started a new competition. Credit to him and all that. But still, I don't trust Twiggy, mate.
Well, the West Australians used to come up and play the Territory. The Territory used to beat them in rugby league.
Well, the
Because
Territory's all Queenslanders, all New South Welshmen and all that anyway.
Not
You
in
know?
Kiwis, but they all play union.
And the big ADF presence in the Territory and league is the union is the game of the ADF, really, union.
Yeah. So it's because of the private schools, all the officers.
Well, that's right. We'd be mid exercise, you know, all cammed up, no shower, and then suddenly a chopper would come in and pick up all the rugby players and take them out for a game. You're like, what the favoritism? And they'd be all laughing. Oh, you early knock off for us. End of exercise. See you later.
Yeah, and
Rugby
would have been
players
all
are-
Islanders and
No, we didn't have many Islanders in. No, they're all just Australian blokes. Yeah.
but they played. It reminds me of Mass when they brought ring-ins for their games.
I mean, there is a lot of Kiwi contingent, but yeah, in the ADF because
In
they,
Darwin, there's a lot of Kiwis playing union.
Yeah.
But I think that's the only game they play in New Zealand, isn't it?
yeah,
The girls play.
there's more Kiwis in Australia than New Zealand.
I think you're right. There's more of them in Darwin. I bet that, and they were going around the world. And they got as far as Darwin, and they decided it was a good life.
Yeah, you might be right, mate. Yeah. Kiwis tend to think they conquered Australia, but I just tend to tell them that the only place in Australia I haven't been to yet is New Zealand. So
Yep. Well,
trigger.
Well, they mentioned in their constitution.
Yeah, that's it. It's all healthy rivalry, mate. We definitely have a good reputation and good friendship with our Kiwi
Yeah, we
cousins.
What I like,
It's a healthy rivalry.
What I find is they take it seriously. We do it as a bit of a stir. I suppose that you would have to, playing little brother to Australia all the time.
Yeah, the only reason why Australia's first in Anzacs is because it's a vowel. Starts with a vowel, mate. Otherwise,
Yeah, you're right.
no, that we're running the same, mate. We're as tough and as strong as each other, mate.
The best thing we did was stand together, and
Oh, mate, it's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
it is, mates.
To think that there's sort of narratives to pit us against each other when really we're brothers and sisters. And
No, divide and conquer's been their strategy from the beginning.
a lot of Kiwis here, mate. Absolutely.
Yep, and you know what? They're worth more than their weight in gold.
Absolutely, mate.
All right, mate. Have
Well,
a good one.
You too. Have a good day. Stay safe, eh?
Yeah, you too, man.
Anyway, that was just a jest conversation. Don't take any of that seriously. It was just fun and games. Just a blah, blah, blah. But Diggs, yeah, you might tune out. Hats off to you. I'm onto it. What's she onto? She's onto it. Oh, she's gone to it. She's always on it. Oh, she's onto it. Yeah, thanks, Diana. Hello, person. Oh, is that what you're talking? Yeah. Yeah, I'll catch up with you soon. I've got a few phone calls to make. I'll scroll to the bottom and go back up. I'm on Telegram and check Belinda. Klaus, too afraid to attend his. Well done, Evie. Thanks, mate. Is that Davros thing that started? I'll have to tune. I can't even. I know it's on. I can't even think what it's about. I know it's a New World Order thing or UN thing or something. I don't know. It's big. You'll see who's who and the enemy's who over there. I know I should be up to date on all these things. I'm just noise. Just keep focused on here and keep focused on the good energy. Don't let us drag them down. Thanks, Nobby Noble. Good bloke, isn't he? Lack of attendant. Whoa. Why? Where are they? Where are they? You'll Gitmo back to Davros, eh? No. You gizmo the hell out of there. Have a good day, Dash. The Mud Wizard. I haven't got the laptop on, mate. Anyway, I'd love to see all these things. It's a lot. Not sure those guys are still breathing. I know. Anything on all the pilots of the airlines in the US being grounded due to taking a trial jabba jab, and all those that were going to Davros, all the corporates, demanding non-jibba jabbed pilots to get them there and back. It's starting to come out. And then I never knew there was an organisation called the Freedom Flyers. So those that aren't jibba jabbed are the freedom flyers that can fly and actually have integrity in their health and will get you there and safe. It's starting to happen, and the freedom flyers are more advanced in the USA than they are in Australia. And yeah, but it's happening. So while this is all happening over there, it won't be long now. This shit rolls downhill, and John Wilson says it best. They bloody catch a cold in the US of A, and we get pneumonia here in Australia. It's an Aust, not an Oz. It's an Australia. Terra Australis. Anyway, like I said, you don't need a long neck to be a goose. I'm evidence of that. I'm live. That was a quick one. Who's that? Where you go? Oh, you got whoopsie daisy. He's going to go water a tree. He's not on the footpath. He's just looking at his phone. You lost, mate. You on Google Maps? So I'll turn the camera the other way, mate. We won't watch. I promise. I said, everyone goes, where do we pee around here? I said, we'll see those trees there. They were saplings when we first started. Well. So, Chief Flag Bearer is going to go and help out our Chief Padre. Padre Pablo. I hope they have a good day on. I reckon they'll have a hoot. Anyway, I'm going to make some phone calls. I'm going to try and re-engage with the Unite in White team and get back on page and just check out all the good work they're doing. Check out where all these locations are that people will be uniting in White. I'll probably catch up with Diana. I'll probably ring Tash. And obviously Dan Tilders as well. Going to tune out and go do those things. Once again, identify a safe location for us all for us to harbour up for the night. We're like a motorised peace platoon. Still a mechanised swaggy myself. So I've probably got 100 things I wanted to talk to you about, but I just can't even think about them. Anyway, just hold on to the good. I feel the good energy here. I know we're getting sort of pushed, or we're getting. Today was probably just us a bit gun shy, with the police overreach and the way they have assembled as a force against us. But I do have faith of the good people that are still in the police force. And you only have to look at the mass exodus in Victoria and other locations, including WA. The worry is the thousands of positions open for new police officers. It's a little scary. Don't take up the fight. Bad time. But, once again, treat others how you wish to be treated. I know that it might look like we're moving against people and not holding up to that, but these guys are belligerently trying to take you and I out. So I've moved with love into action to hold them accountable. But at the end of the day, we treat each other with respect until proven otherwise, and just walk the other way. I've been asking for a carrot. Dangle a carrot.
You want
Give us
one?
a carrot.
Got heaps.
No, you're right. I'm about to tune out, but
Yeah, no, I'm gonna run.
Yep.
Get Toby doing what he is. Go and help who I need to go and help. Are you in a safe place tonight?
We're going to have that conversation now, mate. So yeah, and
Can
then
you
I'll
let me know?
Yeah, I will, of course, and I'll contact.
Any problems, please let me know. I'll go and do what I got to do, but I would need to say you're all safe.
And I will liaise with S. Martin, the Spartan.
He's going fishing.
Yeah.
He's going to get chili chicken. He's going fishing.
We really need to get a good nickname for that bloke.
I think he's going the same spot.
Yeah, cool.
Less snags in the other spot, so I think he's going that same spot again. But yeah, have a chat with them all. But I hope you have a good day, brother.
You too,
Need
mate.
something, please let me know.
No worries. Enjoy your carrot. Thanks for your heads up today, mate. Because ultimately we're trying to win these people back to us. They're not a foregone conclusion against us. They've just been led astray. And I'm not always the role model, you know. I've been known to go for me rah-rah rant. But, you know, in that way too, I've also learned to better behave and better ways to tackle things, because it seems to be we need to de-escalate where some of these forces are escalating against us. We need to de-escalate the situation. That's why I love the soldiers. You know, they're peacemakers, really. They know how to de-escalate a situation, because no one wants to get hurt here. No one wants to hurt anyone. And soldiers know that. But, you know, when all goes to poo, don't pick a fight with a soldier. They will finish it. And I hope they finish this one for us. God bless them all. And a quick shout out again to all the good people that are rallying behind the Unite and White initiative, the action. And thank you very much to all those behind it. I just love your work. You're probably the only Telegram channel I don't have sort of muted. So even when I'm on my laptop, it just keeps going ping, ping, ping. So I'm still seeing all the good conversation. I just haven't partaken just to take a break. Blah, blah, blah. I'm rambling on. Diggs, I love yous with all my heart. You know that. Thank you all for being there. And I'm going to tune out. And love hearts from... Oh, mate. Freedom Fighting Nanny, is it? Oh, there you go. Oh, and a quick shout out to Govern Yourself. Came down here yesterday. Yeah, and I don't, not that I met her, because we already know her. She's been a part of the fight for quite a while, always here on the front. And I really appreciated her words about where we find ourselves here and how she thinks this may or may not happen, because she's singing the right tune. We need to evolve, adapt, and overcome. And I think I think we've got real leadership now, as in just Australians taking the lead in directions. And if they lead, I'll follow. I'm not a sheeple, but you must know how to follow in order to lead. And if they're taking a lead, well, then there's no need for me to lead. I'll just follow and take a lead where the time can. So, and that's all we're asking. They're not telling you to be the leaders of the Freedom Revolution or, you know, a whole army of the Peace Force, or, you know, just take a lead. Don't think you're not leaders, because you're obviously not sheeple. You'll wake up to it and you're here now. So just take a lead and make a difference where you can. Because only you guys are aware of where your front is, or what deceit you're facing, and which door you can knock on to try and break it down. But anyway, with all love and kindness and skin blind in our humankind, I love you very much. And God bless you too, Daniel. Oh, what did I have to get for you, Daniel? The Telegram stuff up there, which I think Diana said she's on. Yeah, impertinent. Yeah, 14 treacherous and treasonous acts. One's enough. Stand down Parliament. Too many. Stand down Parliament. 14? What are you still bloody doing there, Governor? March yourself out left, right and centre and put your own bloody handcuffs on. Check yourself in. Check yourself in. That was another thing that Govern Yourself mentioned yesterday. It's like Hotel California here. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. And we all laughed at that antidote. Yeah, you're right. It was like a trap. How do we get out? Because even if I leave, they're going to drag me back with their courts and stuff, even though I've done nothing wrong. I haven't done nothing wrong. And there we go, rip me with the good stuff. No, it's not rip me. Well, it's Studi. Studi. I like that name, Studi. I served with a bloke called Studi. Studte, Studi. He's a very good man. I rate him highly. He became the RSM of 5RR, I think it is. If it wasn't 5, it was 7, whichever one went to South Australia. Lost contact with him, with all this censorship and kicking off platforms and everything. And yeah, I pray for you all, mate. I pray for your victory of good over evil. Maybe you're the same man. Maybe you're my mate, my brother. I don't know, Studi. Maybe not, but it doesn't matter because you are doing good. Yeah, cool. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you. Love yous. I'm checking out.